Well, hello, everybody. It's Kick Ass Kylie, and I have my favorite dad, king of dad jokes, friend, travel buddy, tech nerd, ChatGPT legend, Jeffrey Ross in the house with me. How are you, legend?
Good, good. G'day, everyone. How is everyone? No, I am fantastic. That's what I say. I'm full of awesome sauce.
Like that, full of awesome sauce. So, guys, oh my goodness, my dogs are excited too. They're full of awesome sauce as well. So we have jumped in today because one of the things that we've found as, two network marketing leaders, and Jeff and I are two of the top global leaders for DreamTrips International. And we have been leading the pre-launch, the relaunch here down under in Australia. However, we have a global team now. And no matter whether you're part of DreamTrips or whether you're part of another network marketing business, what we've found is a lot of people, they get started, they get excited, and then life happens and they get distracted and they get pulled out of the game. So we wanted to have a conversation with that today. And, we're going to deal with that head on and identify what are the contributing factors that actually cause that. And ultimately what ends up happening is a lot of people quit and then they say network marketing doesn't work. But it's not that network marketing doesn't work. It's just that you didn't work it. It's network marketing. But it doesn't have to be hard work. What I love about network marketing is it's leveraged. You have a system. Now, I've been in business for myself for over 30 years. I've been a business coach for 16 years. I have literally seen thousands of business models. I used to own 13 gyms. So when it comes to business, I've seen a lot, I've experienced a lot. And there's a reason why I've chosen DreamTrips in the network marketing industry as my choice of the business that I want to be in, because it's leveraged, it's fun, it's doing something that I love, and the income is unlimited. Well, actually, it is limited. It's limited to $2 million a month. I'm going to say that again. It's limited to $2 million a month. I think we could handle that, Jeff. Just a disclaimer, we are not at that level yet, but our compensation plan does pay that. So let me just come back. And I think the most important thing when with this discussion is you got to remember why you started. So why did you actually say yes to your network marketing business or DreamTrips in the first place? And typically your why is an acronym for what hurts you. So what's hurting you right now? Because if you lose your way, it's because you've lost your why. So we actually need to reinvigorate that why, because if nothing changes, nothing changes. And, it doesn't matter where you start, because every master was once a disaster. And you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. And the thing that's going to drive you and have you be successful is not your skill, because you can always outwork someone who is better than you. It's your hunger. It's your drive. It's your tenacity. And you never, ever giving up. Now, Jeff and I can give you a gazillion different tips and processes and things to do. But at the end of the day, your success is up to you. Today, we want to identify, what's the main thing, the number one thing that takes you out of the game. And then we're going to give you some strategies on, one, how to avoid that. And secondly, if you need to do a reset, a restart, a relaunch of your business, exactly what you need to do. So first and foremost, the number one thing that pulls us out of the game is distractions. And so, if you ask, and there's a famous clip about this, arguably Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, whether you like them or not, are two of the most successful leaders in the world. I'm sure we can all agree. And they were asked individually, what is the number one thing that has attributed to your success? And both of them, independently of each other, said focus. Follow one course until successful and eliminate all distractions. So distractions will take you out of the game no matter what game you're playing. That might be the game around your health and well-being. It might be the game around your marriage. It might be the game around your relationship with your kids. but maybe it's the game around your business, around your network marketing business, your retirement plan, your plan B to get you out of what it is that you're doing. And so distractions are always going to be there. It's called life. And Jeff and I have had a bit of a heart-to-heart before we went live on this call. And my goodness, we're recording this today on the 28th of November, 2023. And wowzers, I feel like Jeff and I have been tested every fucking day this year. Like, seriously, we have both had our sons in hospital for over a month. Jeff landed himself in hospital. I've had relationship breakdowns, and I don't even want to go into the detail because you just wouldn't even believe the stuff. Now, I don't do drama. I feel like my life has been a drama soapbox this year.
Neighbours episode after Neighbours.
Oh my Lord. I keep just waking up going, it's a new day. It's a new day. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But do you know what? We're sharing this. We're wanting to be real and raw and authentic with you guys tonight because that's real. It's life. Yeah. Life happens. And guess what? You are going to be tested and tested and tested and tested and tested some more because guess what? You get the testimony after you've been tested. It's been like playing a video game. Every level has its devil. You got to get through the devil to get to the next level. And life and building a network marketing business is exactly the same. So we don't want to, paint that, life's rainbow and unicorns because it's freaking not. Sometimes life can be cruel. Sometimes life can freaking suck and it sucks the life out of your soul. But that's where you need to come back and focus on what is your why. What is your goal? Why did you say yes to this in the first place? And if that's no longer important to you, find a new one, pick a new goal, pick a new why, create a new vision. Like this thing is freaking so powerful. The RAS, our I can't even say it.
Reptilian.
Reticular activation system is what I'm trying to say.
There you go.
I think menopause brain, people, it's real. It is a real thing. And, my brain and my mouth don't seem to be connecting very well at the moment. So the fact that we've got this far into this call is a blooming miracle. And that's why I have, I was going to say Zach. That's why I have Jeff here with me. My son, Zach, is actually sitting on the couch listening in moral support, aren't you, buddy? So we need to remember what is our destination and we need to get rid of the distraction. So, Jeff, is there anything that you wanted to add to that part of the conversation before we move on to the next bit?
Just a 20-second wrap up of that is by having your why, it helps us to keep back on our true north and keeps bringing us back because guess what? Life is going to throw us around. You're going to have those curveballs. But if you don't have a why and a clear goal, and we're going to go into goal setting as well, to help you to stay on your true north, then you're just going to get flapping around the wind. And, if you're sick of like a wash machine, but if you're sick of the roller coaster ride that you're on, like the real highs and the real lows, guys, it's because you don't have any clear structure, any clear focus in place. Like my biggest goal for this year was to get off this bloody emotional roller coaster ride and make the highs not so high and make the lows not so low. So like it was a bit more of an even speed. And had everything thrown at us, everything tested at us which way. But I feel like now I'm on a bit of more of an even keel. And it's because I put the groundwork in and laid the foundations and followed the process and the results are coming now. And I feel like the other thing too, right, the elephant in the room to call out is we're all after instant gratification. We've got this whole societal problem with getting stuff now, getting satisfied now. People have lost the art of delayed gratification. And I don't know anything in the world that gives you instant, hard, fast results. Now, you've got to do the work. There's only one shortcut to success that I know, and it's not even a shortcut. That is to follow other successful people. You've still got to do the work. And by understanding your why, your what hurts you, your driving force, That's what motivates you, and that's what gets you up out of bed each day and helps you to go do the work. Nobody can motivate you. You have to motivate yourself. What motivates you is your clear, defining why.
Love it. I love it. And there's a really great book that both Jeff and I love. We've read it a gazillion times. We recommend, and it's called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. So if you do want to do some more work in that space, it's a brilliant book. And I want you guys to I just want to actually pause for a moment. There was so much gold that just came out of Jeff's mouth. So, and I'm going to just bring a couple of little quotes because I love my quotes. Jeff loves dad jokes. I love quotes. So when emotions go up, intelligence goes down. And, I actually went to the sunny coast to Pomona and I did a 10-day silent meditation retreat. I know, right? Me. 10 days, no talking, no eye contact, no phones, no nothing. And
sounds like torture.
Actually the most beautiful, peaceful. I mean, look, I'm going to swear. It was fucking hard. The middle of it was like torture and everything hurt because it was releasing emotions. That the one thing that we're trained in when you do a 10-day silent meditation retreat called Vipassana, which I highly recommend, Vipassana, and it's free, guys. It's free. They feed you, they give you accommodation, like you just got to go and surrender for 10 days. And I promise you the magic out the other side is just insane. But what they teach you is they teach you this gift, which is to be equanimous. As a human being, we're either craving something or we're trying to avoid something. That's the only two spaces that we're in. Craving, we're wanting something, or we're trying to avoid something. And so this meditation technique that they teach you is about being equanimous. So we keep our emotions, exactly what Jeff was just saying about keeping them as an even keeper, because all the successful people in the world, they don't react to shit. They remain calm. And it's funny, like by day, I'm a skipper. I get paid to drive boats. And, as a skipper, you have to remain calm because, if emotions go up and, you start reacting like, oh my God, we can kill people. Like it's really dangerous out there. So you got to breathe. So if there's one thing that you take away from this call, and that is to actually learn how to control your emotions and actually remain calm when shit happens, because shit happens and shit will happen and more shit will happen. You just got to breathe and let that shit go because it doesn't serve you. And if you react, then you're no good to anyone and you're certainly no good to yourself. So I really love that you brought that up, Jeff, about emotions, because, I love that quote, when emotions go up, intelligence goes down. So true.
We're all walking, talking skin bags full of human emotion at the end of the day. And we can either let them rule us or we can rule them.
Absolutely. Now, you also talked about there's no path to instant success. And another quote, I used to share this. So when I used to own my 13 gyms and I was a personal trainer or a group fitness instructor and all the things, and my favorite quote that I used to share with all of my clients, and it's so relevant in the network marketing space as well as health and wellness, in life. We must all suffer the pain of one of two things: the pain of discipline or the pain of disappointment. Because we either have to, and today, so Jeff and I were on our first Zoom call this morning at 5 a.m. together with our global leaders from the US, from our business. Then I went out and did skipper stuff out on the water all day and in the sun and very physical work. So I was exhausted. I'm on a mission to get fitter and stronger and ditch the extra 20 kilos that no longer serve me. And I did not want to go to the gym this afternoon, but I have an amazing gym buddy and we hold each other accountable, and she's like, we are going to the gym. And you know what? I went into that gym and I was so tired, like just completely depleted of all energy. And I'm like, take a big breath. We're here. Let's smash out a session. Do you know it was one of the best weight sessions we've done? Like we lifted more, it was crazy what we did because of this, right?
Yeah.
You get to control this. So if I didn't have that discipline, I would have been disappointed because I didn't do my workout. Then I would have felt like shit and it would have been that downward spiral. So, and this is life. you could quit DreamTrips. You could quit your network marketing business, but guess what? 6, 12 months, 5 years, 10 years from now, you're going to be in the exact same fucking mess that you're in now.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be pretty disappointed. Or you could suck it up. You could pull up your big girl panties and you could stay disciplined and you could stay focused and you can just take the little 2 steps a day or whatever it is that you have to take to actually change things.
Yeah.
Achieve everything that you want and actually get that why and then pick a bigger why. You know, that's
and this is where I call, it's the little things that lead towards the big victories.
Little things done consistently every
day. And sometimes we've got to fail forward, fail forward fast and pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, learn from that experience and improve to get the victories. I don't know anybody who has won an Olympic award or any big victory sort of award that hasn't gone and failed a few times first. So you've got to go and get a few scuffs on your knees and learn how to, fall off 100 times before you can learn how to ride the horse.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So you got to be tough. You have to toughen up. I think that's one of the biggest downsides of school these days is everyone's so freaking super fluffy.
We don't want to go down that bandwagon.
Got to pull the gloves off, like toughen the fuck up.
Yeah. Rhino skin.
Today, but that's just the way it is. I'm just like
there is a really good book about that. What's that book that Shush put us onto? Rhino skin one.
Oh yeah, Rhino something.
I'll have to find the title for you and put it in our comments below. But yeah, it's a really good book that summarizes all this.
Got it on Audible, so let me look up. And this is another thing, guys. Like what you put in is what you get out. So when it comes to personal development. What do you
put garbage in, put garbage out, put great stuff in, get great stuff out. I know AI tool, it's very similar in that process.
Yes, Rhinoceros Success.
There it is, Rhinoceros Success.
Scott Alexander. That's the book. And it's such an easy read, listen. It's quite a short book. I think I've listened to it about 5 times now. It's really freaking good. So Rhinoceros Success, and it's talking about having the height of a rhino. So super cool. And success leaves clues. So you want to find someone who has the income, the results, the lifestyle that you want, and just follow what they do.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to figure it all out. Like it's just rinse and repeat. Okay. That was a great conversation on our first bullet point of knowing your destination and removing the distractions. It's a bit of a D-themed call. So you'll see that as we go through. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the 4 Ds, because who's ever felt overwhelmed in business and life? Like that happens, right? And a confused, overwhelmed mind will do nothing, will take no action. So we need to get out of the confusion and overwhelm, and we need to actually get some clarity. And quite often with all those distractions, what typically happens is you've just taken on too much stuff. So we actually have to lighten the load and we have to get some shit off your plate. So my favorite 4-step process, it's called the 4 Ds. And the first thing is you want to look at all of the things that you've got.
Do a brain dump. Just do a brain dump.
Do a brain dump. I personally love to use a tool called Trello, which is an amazing software that you can either get the app or you can use it on your computer. But you know what? I've also got, here we go.
Good old trusty pen and paper.
Old trusty journal. And you can just write stuff into that, write stuff out. It's so powerful. So all the things, get it all out of your head onto paper or onto whatever your existence system is. And then the first thing that you want to do is start crossing shit out. What can I delete? What can you just get rid of? And Jeff and I talked about this yesterday. We've both got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. I'm a single mum and, there's a lot of things. So it's like, okay, what can we just delete off the list? And it might not be deleting it off forever. Maybe it's just parking it, putting it on the back burner in the parking lot for now. And it's literally just lightening the load. Now, you will have committed to so many things that you don't need to be doing. There are so many things that you've said yes to because you're a people pleaser, because you're trying to get that recognition, acknowledgement, feel important, all the things.
Every serial entrepreneur out there is definitely a servant leader in some place or one or another.
Yeah. So that's the first thing is, what can you just get rid of, remove off your list, or delay? So you can, put it to next month or next year or whatever the time frame is, but it's deleting it off your list for now to give yourself some space. And already you're going to feel amazing just with that one thing. So the second thing is, okay, so you've got some stuff left and you can't delete it. So what can you delegate? So maybe your house is a mess. Hire a freaking cleaner. If you're part of our DreamTrips business, you'd call concierge and go, concierge, send a cleaner around to my house.
Get your lawnmower. Get a lawnmower guy in.
That's it. Like, just what can you outsource? What can you call in help? For those of you who have got a partner, what can you get your partner to help? I've got two amazing teenagers, sometimes I have to say, kids, we're going to put down the devices and we're going to be a team and we're going to smash whatever out for the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. We're going to have an hour of power. Pump up the music. Like, what can you delegate? So call in help. I think one of the biggest weaknesses that most humans have is actually putting up their hand and asking for help. And that's okay, because guess what? The other side of that is, how do you feel when you help someone? You feel amazing, right? So by not asking for help, you're actually denying someone else the opportunity to feel amazing to help you.
And just on that, like, just to interject, like, I feel like there's a societal problem too, that there's this whole attitude of nobody can do it as good as me. I've got to do it myself attitude. And you guys, right? You are right. Nobody's ever going to do it as good as you. But if you get 5 other people, 1 + 1 = infinity. And, that's where you can really sort of leverage your time, leverage your abilities by not having to do everything yourself. And I speak out this because this was me. I had to go through this real tension of, I had to let it go and let somebody else take control and do it. Like, I was brought up with the whole mentality of, you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. That is a load of bullshit. If you haven't got the right systems in place to be able to delegate it, then you need to work on your systems. But you definitely can delegate. Just got to let it go. And was that song, Let It Go? And don't have to always be right. Yeah. So like, by sort of empowering other people to be the people that you get in to help you, by empowering them and giving them all of the right system and tools to be able to do XYZ job, it helps them to take ownership of that thing. And then all of a sudden you've got more room on your plate to do other things that are more important, where Kylie's leading to this next.
Absolutely. Thank you. Perfect segue. So we've deleted a heap of stuff. We've delegated whatever we can delegate that we can't delete. And the next one is to diarize it. Jeff and I have done a lot of personal development, and one of the most impactful, meaningful trainings that I've done, and I know Jeff would agree with me, is the Landmark Forum. And that's through Landmark Education. It's actually done all online now, and it's global. It is amazing. And Landmark Education, they have a number of programs. And one of the programs that I did, which, and they're all sequential. They all build on each other. So you do the Landmark Forum first, and the advanced course, and then self-expression and leadership program. And in the last one, SCLP, I won't go into detail because I don't want to give it away for you, but it is amazing. And they teach you to plan your work and work your plan. And honestly, Jeff and I use the distinctions that we've been trained in through Landmark Education like every single day. And we talk about them with each other as graduates every single day. Like, they are so freaking powerful. But this particular one, if it's not in the diary, it doesn't fucking happen. Like, oh my God.
Procrastination City hits in.
That's it. Whereas when you diarize things, and like even today, like, when I was training with my training buddy, because I'm a bit all over the shop with my roster at the moment with the skipper work I do. Like, normally we have it in the diary. We know like exactly when we're going to the gym, but this
routine and structure,
a little bit unpredictable, and I get called in and it can go longer, and all the things. And we're just like, man, like, we feel like we're in a washing machine. Like, we've got to go back to, actually locking that in. So I'm like, well, I know that I can only do skipper work through the day. So we could do early or late, and then it's in the diary and we know when it is. But here's the thing. You can diarize something, But then if you can't actually meet that obligation in your calendar, guess what? There's a thing called reschedule.
Move.
At least if it's in your diary, you can always move it to another time place. But if it's not in the diary, it's not gonna happen, is it, Jeff?
No, and I'm guilty of too of getting to something really important like my fitness and deleting it. That's not the way to operate. You've got to reschedule it and make it a priority and move it to a time that you can do it. And it's okay to move the goalpost, but it's not okay to delete it.
Exactly. Well, unless it's no longer serving you.
Right. Once again, yeah, it's all about the priority of it.
Yeah, and actually, let me just circle back for a moment. So when we're deleting stuff, you've always got to actually get clear, and Jeff and I do this with our coaching clients all the time. When we start, we always come back to what's the goal? What's your vision? What's your why? And then when it comes to like looking at what you're going to delete and take off your place, it's a really simple question when you know what your goals are and your why and your vision. It's really simple. Is that going to take me further to my goal, or is it going to distract me and take me further away?
Is it going to move the needle forward?
Towards your goal, your dreams, your whatever it is that you want, great. Like I became a skipper because my ultimate dream is to buy a yacht and sail around the world. So, and you know, obviously I get paid to do something that I love, which is fantastic, but it doesn't give me financial freedom, which is where DreamTrips comes in. So both of those things are in alignment with my dreams and goals.
Yeah.
Making me closer to my dreams and goals. But then there'll be other things that people ask me for, and I know that it's just another thing and it's going to overwhelm me. And when you get overwhelmed, what happens? You don't want to get out of bed because you're fucking tired.
Everything's too hard.
And it's not that you're tired. You're just uninspired because you're freaking overwhelmed because you got too much shit on your plate. So anyway, sorry, I just thought that.
No, that was a great point. We need to highlight that because, you know, this is the thing, right? We've got to bring this back down to the basics. You know, you and I have done this for 15, 20 years and it's second nature to us now. But we've got to bring it back to the basics so that the person who's just learning this for the first time can really understand it. I like it.
Absolutely. And so then the last one is to do it. Just do it. Go be Nike. You know, have integrity. Honor your word. Do what you
Show
said
up.
by how and when you said you would do it. You know, the number one reason why people don't get results is because they're out of integrity, because they're not doing what they said they were going to do. Like our business, you could literally build in, what do you reckon, Jeff? 5 minutes a day? Like,
yeah, 10, 15, yeah.
So, all right. So let's make it 15 minutes a day. So you could build our business in 15 minutes a day. We have an automated system that's super simple. It's completely leveraged, where we can literally reach out, share our little 5-minute video to 2 people a day, 5 days a week, not even 7 days. That's it. 2 a day, 5 days a week. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. And it might not happen overnight, but it's possible that you could get to being $1 million a month earner by doing 2 a day.
And if you just focus on planting those seeds every day, you know, and you're consistent in the planning, and I was having this exact same conversation this morning with one of our guys, you know, focus on the process, not the results, but let's go deeper than that. Let's focus on the seeds that we plant, the value that we leave in each people's hearts every day, and then just go nurture those seeds, water those seeds. And you know, like a farmer, right? He doesn't, you know, harvest his crop right away. This is that whole delayed gratification thing, right? You know, by being consistent, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, eventually, you know, 60, 30, 90 days down the road, 120 days down the road, you're going to have this big, beautiful crop that's ready to harvest. But a lot of people, right, they're not getting the instant results right now, so they stop doing the 2 a day. They stop taking action on the 2 a day. And then they get into it and they get disheartened because they're not getting the results that they think that they need to get, right? Like, we just got to like really focus on what we do today isn't really going to pay off for 60, 90 days down the road. And if you could just go out and focus every day, just being consistent, just show up, just do the things that you said that you would do, and just show up and shine. And like, I really believe that if you want $1 million in your bank account over the next 60, 90, 100 days, next year, Go put $1 million worth of seeds and value into the hearts of people's lives, and then that'll come back tenfold.
And look, there's two things I want to add to what Jeff has just shared, because everything he just shared was freaking magic. The first one is, if you haven't been doing what you said you would do and you're out of integrity, don't beat yourself up, because that's not serving.
Okay.
Don't make yourself wrong. Don't freak out. Don't quit. Just go, you know what? Today's a new day. Draw a line, restart. That's it. Like,
go make an announcement post and saying this is day one and get excited about day one.
Like, every person on the planet goes off track. Every person on the planet gets distracted. Like, if you think of Apollo,
guilty.
Apollo 13, when Apollo 13 flew from the Earth to the moon, it was off course 97% of the time, which means it was only on course 3% of the time. But what did it have? I don't know. I don't drive rockets, but I'm guessing it would have
GPS.
a GPS system to bring it back on track. And that's where you have a system, accountability buddies, upline leaders, calls like this, personal development, books like Rhinoceros Success, and all of those are part of your GPS system to bring you back on track. So don't make yourself wrong, because that's just normal. These are just some tools and some strategies to get you back on track. That's it. And the other thing, and I love the analogy of planting the seeds and the farmer analogy, and like there's a whole training that we could do just on that. But I want you to also not get disheartened, because guess what? Some of the seeds, drought's going to come and they're going to wither away. And
some of them are going to get covered by weeds.
Birds, and others are going to get flooded, and all the things. So you got to keep planting seeds. Like, that's the only job you got to do, is keep planting seeds, but trust in the process, because some are going to die. Not everyone's going to make it. Guess what? I hate to tell you, network marketing is survival of the fittest, but guess what? That's life. That is life. You know, unfortunately, sometimes the baby zebra gets eaten by a crocodile or a lion. And yes, it's heartbreaking and it's horrible, but it's life. And
when you understand the system and the process that you got to follow, this is where we can get out of our heads and just come to our hearts, and we can just show up and be responsible to the system, not responsible for how people react or respond, right? It's our job to show up and serve. You know, that's why, Kyle, you're on this call now serving. You know, it was our responsibility to show up and deliver a kick-ass training to guys help you to be able to succeed and kick ass in your business. But we're not responsible for leading the horse to drink the water.
That's it. We can show up and be the best leaders that we can be, and we can support our team. But if our peeps don't choose to show up or do the thing, that's not on us, because guess what? Our leaders aren't wiping our ass. Like, we got to do the doing. We got to talk the talk. We got to walk the walk, right? So if you want to be a leader, like, you can have 1,000 excuses. You can have results or excuses, but you can't have both.
Yeah.
And if you're an upline leader, if you don't like your upline leader or your sponsor or whatever, like, stop it. Suck it up.
What story are you telling yourself?
But become the leader that you're looking for. Get out of your head. Get back into your heart and just go do the fucking thing that you need to do.
Yeah. And guys, this might feel like a bit of a slap right now, and it is.
It is, isn't it? Like, we're doing a total kick-assity session.
This is a kick-ass with love. You know, like,
so much love.
Kylie and I, we've been here, we've done this, we've had our asses kicked left, right, and center too. So, like, you know, we're at the top of Awesome Town now. We know what Sucksville looks like. But guys, you know, sometimes you just need that kick-ass accountability check-in, you know, that kick-ass love to be able to help you, to just give you that little bit of a wake-up call. It's our job as leaders to sometimes make you uncomfortable with being comfortable, to get you out of your comfort zone.
And some of the best mentors and coaching sessions I've ever had in my life have been when I've had my ass kicked, not when I've had my ass kissed. Because guess what? Just, I'm going to give you a visual for a moment. If someone's kissing your ass, what do? You move your ass down. You sit down. If someone kicks your ass, you get fucking launched into whatever the next thing is. And that is propel you forward. So, and thank you, Rowie Cesarine McAvoy, who was one of my mentors who taught me that. And she loves to kick ass. She's amazing. All righty. Did we get through the 4 Ds? My goodness. Delete, delegate, diarize, and do. Yes, we did.
Yes.
Okay. We're going to stop. And look, Jeff and I freaking love you guys, whether we know you in person or not. Like, we do this because we want to make an impact. You know, we want to help humanity to actually create a life that they freaking love.
Yeah.
And my favorite saying, I say it on the end of nearly all my videos, my wish for you is life is everything you've ever dreamed of, multiplied by infinity, because you, your family, your dreams, and your goals are absolutely worth it. You know, that is what makes our hearts sing, because, you know, and this is the thing, like, your first goal in network marketing is to get yourself out of shit. You've got to figure this thing out. You've got to learn the system. You've got to become competent.
You got to put the oxygen mask on first.
Absolutely. But once you've got to that level, then it's your turn to turn around and put your hand back and help all the people, right?
Yeah.
And we've got to get them across the bridge. So then they're confident and competent and they're off doing the thing. And then we're going to help more people, because now we've got an army of people helping people, right? That's what it's all about. So, okay,
be a hero maker, not just a hero, but just to wrap up that little bit there, you know, guys, we are so blessed to be in this position. Like, we love doing what we do. We serve from our hearts because of the opportunity that we get blessed through blessing others. Yeah. And I just want to give you guys, you know, for those of you who are watching this right now, thank you. Like, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for giving us the opportunity to be your guides on this journey. Like, we don't take that lightly. We give that the 100% respect that it deserves, because we understand this is your life, and we understand that you've given us the trust and the responsibility to, you know, be that guide. But you guys have got to do your part too. You know, it's our job to be your guide, to be your Sherpa, and we'll show up and we'll do that to our best of our ability every day. But you got to do your part too.
Got to do the work. Got to do the do. 100%. Thanks, Jeff. Okay, we're getting to the tail end of our list. Another D, DMO. So what the heck is a DMO? So
good question.
Daily method of operation is what it stands for. But essentially, it's what's your daily plan? Like, what are your daily disciplines? What are the things that you need to do every day for you to achieve and, you know, all the things, and take you one step closer to your goals? Now, here's the thing, guys. Your DMO, or I call them my daily disciplines. So what are the things that you need to do every single day? And I'm going to give you a little tip here. It's not just about business. It's not just about business. If you don't look after your health, you're not going to create wealth. And if you do, you're not going to be around to enjoy it anyway. So I'm going to just give you you know, some of mine, and Jeff can give you some of his, and you know, then you've got to create your own, because every person's different. There's actually a really good book called Miracle Morning, and I really recommend it, because how you start the day is going to determine how you end the day. I love to get up early. Every successful person I know is an early riser. And so, you know, if you're a night owl, I encourage you, just try it. It's not going to kill you. And just see, you know, how
I get a lot more done between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. than I do for the rest of the day.
Honestly, it is amazing what you can get done in those early hours before everyone else wakes up. It is like, it's like 10 times what you can do later in the day. Sometimes, like, I've done everything I need to do by like 7 a.m. I'm like, oh,
cool, get the day off.
I can go texting, or I can go do gardening or fun stuff, because I've done everything. Like, that is the best feeling. It's so freaking cool. So DMO. So what are your, and look, typically you're going to have somewhere between 5 and 10 things that you want to do on a daily basis. So one of mine is exercise. Without fail, I exercise every freaking day. Now, most days I exercise twice a day. I've got 3 puppy dogs, 3 crazy cavoodles, which love to go for a walk. And I also do weights at the gym 3 days a week with my training buddy. So, you know, and the walk is not negotiable, because my dogs need to get out. and sometimes I do more than that, but it's minimum I have to walk or exercise for minimum 30 minutes every single day. Another one is this. I drink really
Yes.
good water.
Water.
Don't drink water. Like, I don't know what the statistics are. It's like I don't know, like 90% water or 80% water or whatever. We're water beings. And if we don't hydrate, this doesn't work. You probably laugh going, that doesn't work anyway. Imagine menopause and not drinking water. Like, oh my God.
And just a quick story on that. Like when I first started this whole journey with Kylie, I was severely dehydrated. And Kylie was actually the one that encouraged me to start drinking, 3-4 liters of water a day. And, like I've just found by making sure that I drink, this is a 700 ml bottle. So I make sure I drink at least 8 of these a day, that my energy levels and my productivity has increased tenfold because I'm drinking more water.
Your brain will not work if it's dehydrated. So it's so important to drink water. If you're tired, it's probably because you're not drinking enough water. So that's 2 of them. Third one for me is every single day I do a social media post. Now, we actually have a formula for social media. If you struggle with that, Jeff also does a ChatGPT course where we use AI to be able to, help with content creation and so forth. But every day I know I have to show up on social media. Now, part of my weekly plan is exactly this. It's actually showing up and doing a YouTube video. It's part of my plan for the week. Today just happens to be Tuesday, which is when we do that call. So today, this is part of my plan. There are so many things. Another one which I'm really passionate about, and I won't share mine just yet because that's the next thing we're going to segue into. I want to hand over to you first, Jeff. But another one is daily declarations. Some people call them affirmations. Oh my goodness, these are so freaking powerful. It's insane. So I'm going to read through when we segue into the next little part before we wrap up. But yeah, and the other thing is like our system, our rhythm is 2 a day. So it's starting 2 new conversations every single day. Because I know if I start 2 new conversations, I reach out to people, start a conversation, invariably they all ask me, what's this travel thing you're doing? I see you going to Mexico. Oh my goodness, I just got a message today. Oh wow, like I saw you just got back from Punta Cana.
Yeah.
What was that like? And it's, if you start 2 conversations a day, that will lead to 2 videos a day. And that's how we build this business. Like that is the recipe to get to a 7-figure income in this thing. And if you want it faster, share it with more people faster.
There's a reason why Kylie and I and our team now are getting consistently on the top 10 global recruiters list. It's because we've got that culture and that drumbeat of sharing the video at least 2 times a day.
Yeah, 100%. Personal development is another one of my daily disciplines. Super, super, super important to put the good stuff in. Meditation. If you don't have time, I think this is a quote from Buddha. If you don't have time to meditate for 10 minutes a day, you need to meditate for an hour. When you can silence your mind and meditate, and I'm going through this phase at the moment. I actually love to meditate in the sun. I'll put a timer on my phone or I do a guided meditation and I just lay in the sun for 10 minutes and I just soak up the vitamin D, which is so good for your body. And I meditate. And honestly, I feel like afterwards, I just feel so good. And when you feel good, you take action in your business and then you're going to get results and you'll feel even better. And it's an upward spiral instead of that downward spiral. So yeah. I'm going to hand over to you, Jeff. I know you've got probably some different.
Yeah. So very similar sort of structure to what Kylie does. I start my day, I wake up, have my shower, and that's where I do my daily affirmations, or I like to call them declarations as well. I feel declaration is just a more powerful, intentional word, and put it out there. So I do my daily declarations in my shower, and the kids and Sarah knows just leave me alone for 10 minutes in the shower because they don't interrupt my pattern, my flow, because that sets the tone for my day. I then get out, I have my breakfast, and I do my meditation is my moment with God. I spend half an hour every day reading the Bible in prayer and how could I apply the lessons? So I'm journaling in that meditation as well. So my half hour with God every day in the Bible. Then I spend, that time with the kids. I make sure that each kid, child that, of ours, we've got 3 sons, at least spend half an hour to an hour every day speaking value and love and wisdom into their lives. So I'm hitting all of the big areas in my life, my health, my spiritual, my family, my relationships, and then, obviously business. So for me, I'm doing this full time. I'm an attraction marketing coach, And I teach people how to master and leverage ChatGPT. And I've got my DreamTrips business, but it just happens to be that I've created this awesome system that both businesses mesh in quite nicely together. So for me, it's showing up at least 3 times on social media. And that is, making sure that I reach out to, and I'm having at least 30 conversations a day, because they're the seeds that I'm planting. And through that, I'm at least sharing, having 3 to 4 sort of 5, even 3-way calls a week, which then is where I then recruit people. And that's not also just for DreamTrips, that's for my ChatGPT and stuff as well, which, as I said, all comes together anyhow. But my goal each day is to make sure that I'm depositing at least 30 gold nuggets of value into people's hearts. That I'm focusing on building relationships first, being a network marketer second, and just showing up and just being a real human, having those heart-to-heart conversations. Now, guys, do I do 30 conversations religiously every day? No. This last weekend, I was actually in ER. 24 hours. I've had a 9-day migraine that I've been dealing with in the background that only my closest people and friends know about. And I've had this really bad flare-up from the neuralgia attack. So I've slowed down a little bit, and I was knocked out for 24 of those hours to get on top of this migraine. So I didn't do my 30, and do my actions every day like that. But it's doing more than not. And, for those days that I didn't do the work, it just means I've got to work a little bit harder those extra days to make sure that I've got, on an average, those 30 conversations a day. Now, that is my number. Don't measure yourself and compare yourself with me or Kylie. You've got to work out your own numbers. And part of today's conversation too, as well, as we're going to go into goal setting, which will help you to break down some of your numbers, which will then form your daily non-negotiables or your daily method of operation.
Yeah. Awesome, Jeff. Love it. And look, having fun is another one of
Yes,
mine.
100%.
Jeff,
Bad jokes.
fun. I bring fun to everything. And my kids are really important to me too. So it's the same thing. Like, I want to bring love to them. Like, everything with a foundation of love and integrity. And so, look, Jeff and I could talk about DMO like for hours. We've given you a bit of an insight. It's now your turn to create your own. What are your daily disciplines? So
if you need help with that, reach out.
Oh, absolutely. We're here to help. Yeah, for sure. And make sure wherever you're watching this, there'll be a description somewhere with links to both Jeff and myself. So I want to actually, before we finish the call with you actually setting your goal, I want to share my daily declarations. And I actually turned mine into a poem. I heard these from another many years ago, and I just think it's really cool. But now I've got a whole heap of extra ones that I've added on that are not a poem. So I'm going to read through all of them. But when you share these, I want you to really feel like I'm declaring it. It is done. And they pretty much all start with an I am statement. And I am is very powerful. And if you can have, I am grateful, I am excited, I am blessed. If you can add on a feeling after that I am before your declaration, it is a million times more powerful, right? So let me share mine with you. I am kick-ass Kylie. I'm the crazy fun, out-of-the-box millionaire mum. I'm the possibility of power and inspiration. I win the day because I have faith, courage, and enthusiasm. I'm blessing and impacting lives all over the world. I'm focused and productive to achieve all my goals. I'm a happy, healthy, sexy, strong, 68 kilo, size 10. I follow my dreams and do what makes my heart sing. I'm a money magnet. Money flows to me. I make in excess of 8K per day. I empower others to dream big, to believe again and play. I'm a personal development junkie who loves to learn and read. I continuously grow daily to be the best version of me. I'm a woman on a mission with a passion and a vision. In my heart, I'm believing what in my soul I'm dreaming. I'm strong. I am sexy. I am ready. I am the crazy, courageous, confident, kick-ass Kylie. And that is who I am. So that's the poem. And then there's a few extra ones that these have been my affirmations for nearly 2 years now. In addition to that, I'm the #1 income earner in the fastest growing team in DreamTrips. I am the leader that other leaders are looking for. I am so grateful that every day high vibe leaders reach out to me to join my DreamTrips team. I'm on a mission to help 10,000 people to make 10,000 a month, working less than 10 hours a week, taking 10 or more dream trips a year. I'm so grateful that I have multiple income streams, making more than 6 figures each month. And I'm so grateful now that abundance comes to me easily and effortlessly on a consistent and daily basis.
Love that.
How freaking awesome. I feel like I'm ready to go conquer the world now. Jeff, were there any that you wanted to talk about, unpack, share, any comments?
No, just like, guys, just to really break down the fundamentals of declarations and affirmations, whatever you want to call them, is the same word. It helps you get your thoughts, because your thoughts control your feelings control your actions control your results. Do you see how pumped up Kylie just became, reading out her declarations? Her thoughts, so if you're in a funk, if you're in that stinking thinking mode, pull yourself up, go and meditate for 5 minutes and declare your affirmations. Like, don't just use them as affirmations, like declare them that they're a full-gone conclusion that's already happened. The world just doesn't know it yet. Like it's already happened. Declare it. And like, I actually went through this whole example, 90 days ago when this whole Mexico trip came on. I rang up Kylie, and when the whole Mexico trip came up, I just said, right, I'm declaring this. I am going to be at Mexico. Guys, I'm going to be at Mexico. I could see, not only just declare it, but declaring it went from my head to my heart. I was able to now start visualizing the end goal. And I've just had this whole clear, it's almost like a prophetic dream, like this vision. And it just keeps getting clearer and clearer and clearer as I get closer and closer and closer. But it's me getting up on stage, being celebrated for the journey and the fight that it took to get there. Because, guys, it has been a journey to get there. It hasn't been easy, but I declared it and I put a plan in place and I went and worked the plan. And that's probably where, a really great segue into just wrapping this conversation up with goal setting.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Jeff. So at the end of the day, you need to have a goal, and you need to have a goal every week, and you need to have a goal every day. So I have my vision. I have my top 5 goals for the year. And then I break that back into 90-day plans. And Jeff and I do game planning sessions for our team. And then we break that down to every single week we have a goal. And we have this really cool rank bonus with DreamTrips. And you can literally rank up every week. And those ranked bonuses go anywhere from 50 US a week up to 2,000 US a week. And that's just one of our bonuses. Like, it's just a little, a little extra. And it's amazing. So what we do is we're always looking at, okay, it's a new week. Like, what rank bonus do we want this week? Well, what extra have we got to do to be able to get that? And it's just such a simple thing, because if you aim at nothing, you're guaranteed to hit it. So you always got to have your goal. You got to know what you're aiming towards. You got to know where you're heading. You got to know where your destination is. See how we've circled back to the beginning of the call? And so then you want to have a daily goal. There's a book called Win the Day. Like, I win the day. So, how are you going to win the day? Well, I win the day when I do all 8 of my daily declarations. I win the day when I do all 8 of my daily disciplines from my DMO. Like, you get to create your game. Like, what I love about network marketing, this is your life. It's your business. You get to do it your way. However, it's a blessing and a curse because you don't have a boss, and it starts and ends with you. So all of these things that we have shared with you on this call today, like, you take on every one of these things, and, we can't wait to recognize you as our next 7-figure earner within our company, because if you apply all of these consistently every single day, that's where you're going to go. And the only reason that you won't get that is because of you. And that's where you got to take responsibility for that. So our question to you right now is what's your next goal? What's your goal for this week? And what's your goal for today? And before you go to sleep at night, write down what is your goal and your top 5 things for the next day, because then your reticular activation system, I got it this time, your RAS, it's going to work for you while you're asleep and literally making money for you while you're asleep, which is pretty damn cool. And when it comes to all of those daily declarations, our RAS, our reticular activation system, it doesn't know if what you're telling it is true or not. So what you're doing is you're programming your brain. Like, one of mine is I'm a happy, healthy, sexy, strong 68 kilo size 10. I ain't a 68 kilo size 10 right now, but that's my goal. And I tell myself that every day, because if I tell myself that that's who I am, then I'm actually going to take action that's going to be consistent with that. I'm going to be being that 10 kilo sexy, strong 68 kilo size 10 versus, whatever other crap that you're putting in your head. So we've covered a lot today. Jeff, I'm going to hand over to you for any final comments, and then we'll wrap us up.
Yeah, just when it comes to goal setting, it's like getting really crystal clear on your numbers, and just, like we talked about, your daily method operations, understanding your benchmarks, and there's sort of like your non-negotiables. Don't let your minimums be your maximums. Make sure that you're always going out there and achieving your bare ass minimum, but don't stop there. But it's also like your numbers tell your story. If you're not achieving your goals, well, you need to figure out where those numbers are.
The numbers never lie.
Focus your attention. Your numbers never lie. So I quite clearly know that my goal is to hit producer, which is the next rank up from builder. I know to do that, I need at least another 1,000, because I'm accounting for drop off too for next week as well. I need at least another 1,000 BV volume in my pipeline to be able to hit that rank. Okay, so now I know I need 1,000 BV. That means I've got to go now and either personally recruit or help my team recruit 2 jet setter packs. That's all. So, okay, right. Now I know my goal, 2 jet setter packs for the week. All right, so now what am I going to do to go achieve that? Well, it probably means I need to go now share that video at least 10 times to set up, probably 5 3-way calls, which will convert to those 2 team players, joining the team. So now I've looked at my calendar. I've already got 5 3-way calls booked in now in the end of the week. So I'm confident that, if I just go work the plan, I'm going to achieve my goal. And this is where confidence and posture comes into it, because I know my numbers. I've got clarity on what to do. So it's not hard. It's not hard, but it is. So what's the word I'm looking at? It's not easy, but it is simple. And just by following the system, you still got to go do the work, but it's a very simple system. Just go follow the system. Don't try and overcomplicate it like I did when I first started in this journey.
Oh my goodness! What? Oh my gosh!
I thought I knew all. The arrogance and the ego overruled it all.
Yes.
But
Simple superstar.
keep it simple, and I've just had to come to learn to, that in my own experience, being that, every master was once a disaster, the less I say, the less I actually do and just be a guide and help people take that step, the more effective my results are. It's funny that. So
I love that.
She tried to tell me that. She tried to tell me, but I wasn't listening.
I had a mentor many years ago say, the less you say, the more you make, and keep it simple. And because if it's not simple, then people won't duplicate it because it gets too hard. People quit. Right. Half of marriages quit. People quit on their marriage. People quit all the time. So,
so don't let this be one of those things you quit. If you're getting to that stage, reach out, lean in. Just we're here to support you. We've been through every curveball that could be thrown at us. So, we understand it. We get it, right? So we understand how you feel. We've felt the same way. But by just doing what we're doing now, we've found so much freedom and so much joy in that whole process.
Absolutely. Well, look, guys, thank you so much for watching this call tonight. We really appreciate you. Would love for you to drop us a comment and let us know what action are you taking from this. Because it's one thing to a call, but it's not knowledge that's going to get you there. It's applied knowledge. It's actually now implementing this. So would love to know if you got some value, please, give us some love, smash the heart button, give us a thumbs up, follow, subscribe, all the things. And as I shared earlier, our wish for you is that life is everything you've ever dreamed of, multiplied by infinity, because you, your family, your dreams, and your goals are all absolutely worth it. And the one thing that you will never get back is your time, and time's ticking. So go take action, create a kick-ass life, and we can't wait to see you on the next video.